team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
The Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. Quick completion to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
Quickly complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. And the Sooners are moving quickly down the field. Going up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Thompson.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll test the right side. The Sooners brought to the ground, but not before picking up the 1st. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
Yeah, and we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they read the option and just hit you in the mouth. But, you know, football's involved, and that's the one thing about this offense. Can they keep their physicality and assert their physicality? The good Oklahoma teams are physical.
Now on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Ninth play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a 3rd down. Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Sharp. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Makes the grab on the left. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
He wants to throw it again. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Oklahoma! The old Larynx is going going to get a workout today with all these Boomer Sooners cascading down here in Oklahoma.
I do love that about college football, the individual chance. And when you get going early, when you get going and get this crowd going in the game, and they can be a big part of it, man, it energizes the whole team. And you hear what in this stadium, Reese?
Boomer
Sooner!
And PAT makes it 7-0. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So Kansas State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And these two electrifying runners can put on a show, guys.
Well, we always talk about the importance of tackling on defense, never more so than a game like this. You've got two studs. That can make people look silly. You better bring hats to the football.
Yeah, and you think there'll be a lot of carries today? When you got running backs like this that you can feature, you're going to see them get the football a lot, early and often.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Davis. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Here on third down for this offense. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Johnson wants to throw it. Gets it out quickly. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. Looking to move it through the air. Using the quick game. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Kansas State quick to the line. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Splits the uprights. Good.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it out. It's Ocha. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to throw. It's Arnold. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Makes the grab. It's Anderson. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense, because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear you down throughout a football game. So the quarterback play on those completions that move the sticks, that make you play 3 more plays, 4 more plays, 5 more plays, and just wear you out.
Second and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Offense walks through the line for play number 7 of the drive. Here comes the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. And the defense has it. They're going the other way.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then following up for a massive fumble recovery.
A first down for the offense. The give to the tailback. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Kansas State pushing the pace. Right back to the well. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Using his legs, it's Edwards. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. Great move there. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Pocket starts to collapse. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Man, you think you've got the defense reeling. You just hit him with a big one. You're going to do it again, and instead, sack.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity, too, because you deliver the haymaker the play before. You got your opponent on the ropes. You're swinging for the fences on the next play, trying to deliver the knockout.
Touchdown, Kansas State! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Sooner offense returns to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Looking downfield, it's Arnold. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Catch in the middle, it's Thompson. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
Well, the defense just has not had an answer for this guy working out of the slot so far. Man coverage has been tricky. He's beaten them in zone. You might want to think about bracketing him where you've got a defender on the outside and the inside to see if you can force the quarterback to go somewhere else.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He looks that one in nicely. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll throw it on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week, he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking to throw, it's Arnold. They're trying to get to him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Sooners send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. first one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
Finds his tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Got a man. It's Edwards. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Using his legs to buy some time. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Hey, it's a heads-up play right there. Listen, you're trying to scramble. You're trying to make something happen. Nobody's open. You're not going to be able to get out of bounds. Just protect yourself. Get down on the ground. Get what you can get and hope to play another day.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Johnson looking to throw. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Make sure he doesn't get backed up any further, signals for and makes the fair catch at the 10. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Comes out throwing on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far.
And the Sooners will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Got him downfield. Touchdown, Wildcats! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Kennesaw State has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 4 over Louisiana Tech. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The offense set for a first down play. He wastes no time and comes out throwing, trying to make magic with his feet.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Arnold. Time to take a shot. He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown Sooners! What a grab and go for the score.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Running it back, it's Alchuk. He gets a block. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was Bader.
And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Kansas stay quick to the line. Johnson wants to throw it. And they can't make the connection on third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Takes the handoff. It's Acha. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He's got his man. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've had a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. Hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he fits right in this Oklahoma offense.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks, because he got nothing after the catch.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. A first down run on the doorstep. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth quarter lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Johnson looking to throw. Gets it out fast. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. Kansas State pushing the pace.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up.
Off he goes. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Now on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. A strike downfield. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Kansas State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
Trying to pound it in. He gets it in for the 2-point conversion, and now they trail by only 3. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Alchuk. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react to getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Now on second down after the good first down run. Gonna run it. It's Barnes. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense...
Running toward the tape. The 20. He's at the tape. Sprinting all the way, he'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. Just a crushing mistake on the penalty wipes out the touchdown, and now they'll have to try to get it together and score again. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Went to the running game on first down, now second down. Looking for a man. It's Arnold. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football, had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter. Time to go win it.
They'll throw it on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day.
Touchdown, Wildcats! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Liberty is torching the opposition today, lighting up that scoreboard thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 17 over Jacksonville State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Running to the left. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. The Sooners will hustle to the line. To the ground. He's got it again. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Jet sweep to the receiver. At the 40, there he goes. Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 10. Touchdown Sooners. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And it's good, and he pushes the lead to 3. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they certainly finished it in style with a 71-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. It's a one-possession game in the fourth. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Finds his big tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Johnson wants to throw it. He's going to take off. At the 45 on his way. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, they've tried to get this quarterback going, running the ball in a variety of ways, and they haven't really been able to kind of break him out just yet.
Unleashes one deep. And that one is picked off in the end zone. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. A nice way to go into the postseason and eventually the offseason with a W, but the question is, will it be enough to keep the Wolves at bay?
It's a great way to punctuate the season. You just have to wonder, though, if there were too many L's on the schedule to keep this guy around next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole body of work, right? You finish strong, but what does everybody look at? Like, how many games do you win? Who do you beat is important, right? Do you beat your rivals? Like, there's so much more. Do you have the team's ears still? So there's a lot that goes into decision-making, but it was definitely a disappointing season.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. Fourth quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. Grabbed over the middle, it's Thompson. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. This dude is putting up numbers. He just cracked the 150 mark in receiving yards.
Man, he's a weapon, Reese. He runs routes, he's fast, he's great with the football in his hands, and he can line up in a lot of different spots and run the entire route tree. I mean, what can't this guy do?
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You play through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown. Game is essentially over right now, and you wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but I won't be forgotten. I can tell you that, because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like it. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
The rankings, the odds makers.